Hey everyone, this is Whisper Sister. This is a rune reading video for KittieDanger, and I'm sorry it's taken me a little bit to get to your video. I've just been really quite overwhelmed with the requests, which is awesome, but it's kind of hard to get them done quickly. So, anyways, I hope you're still interested in this, and I hope that it gives you something to think about. You had just sort of asked for a general reading, so I'm going to go ahead and do that now. Alright. I'll show you in a second. Challenge. Okay. And your action called for. Okay, so there's your reading, and I'm just going to read what it says in the book for each of these. So the first one is Berkana, which is growth, and this is your overview of your situation right now. Okay, that's this one. Alright. So, another of the cycle runes, Berkana, represents a form of fertility that fosters growth both symbolically and actually. The growth may occur in affairs of the world, family matters, the relationship of the self, or to the divine. A rune that leads to blossoming and ripening, Berkana is concerned with the flow of beings into their new forms. Its action is gentle, penetrating, and pervasive. What is called for here is to consider your issue with care and awareness. First, disperse resistance, then accomplish the work. For this to happen, your will must be clear and controlled, your motives correct. Sorry, holding the camera at a weird angle, my hand is shaking. Okay, any dark corners should be cleansed. This must be carried out diligently and sometimes with expert help. Modesty, patience, fairness, and generosity are called for here. Once resistance is dispersed and rectification carried out and seen firm, then, through steadfastness and right attitude, the blossoming can occur. Okay, and your challenge is Hagalas, which is disruption. Change, freedom, invention, and liberation are all attributes of this rune. Drawing it indicates a pressing need within the psyche to break free from constricting identification with material reality and to experience the world of archetypal mind. The rune of elemental disruption of events that seem to be totally beyond your control. Hagalas has only an upright position, and yet it always operates through reversal. Excuse me, when you draw this rune, expect disruption, for it is the great awakener. Although the form the awakening takes may vary. Perhaps you will experience a gradual feeling of coming to your senses, as though you are emerging from a deep sleep. Then again, the onset of power may be such as to rip away the fabric of what you previously knew as your reality, your security, your understanding of yourself, your work, your relationships, or beliefs. Disruption takes many forms. A relationship fails, situation. Your inner strength, the will you have funded until now in your life, provides support and guidance at a time when everything you've taken for granted is being challenged. Another of the cycle runes, the term radical discontinuity, best describes the action of Hagalaz as at its most forceful. The more severe the disruption in your life, the more significant and timely the requirements for your growth. The universe and your own soul are demanding that you do indeed grow. Okay, so that's your challenge. And then your action called for is algaes, which is protection. What's that guy there? Okay, control of the emotions is at issue here. During times of transition, shifts in life course, and accelerated self-change, it is important not to collapse yourself into your emotions, the highs as well as the lows. New opportunities and challenges are typical of this rune, and with them may come trespasses and unwanted influences. Algaes serves as a mirror for the spiritual warrior, the one whose battle is always with the self. The warrior's protection is like the curved horns of the elk, or the warning rustle of the sedge grass, for both serve to keep open space around you. Remain mindful that timely right action and correct conduct are your only true protection. If you find yourself feeling pain, observe the pain and stay with it. Do not try to pull down the veil and escape from life by denying what is happening. You will progress, knowing that is your protection. Okay, so I'm going to probably leave it at that. I don't really... I don't know what your situation was. You didn't really have a specific issue or anything, so I think I should just leave it for you to interpret that and see if it applies to anything that may be going on in your life at the moment. But the overall message, I think, is one of, sort of growth and, development brought about through changes that can sometimes appear to be, losses or disappointments, or just, plans getting messed up and things not going according to the way that you thought they would. But every time, because I've gotten this rune a lot in my readings, and it's always at a time like that where something is, not going the way I want it to go, but the more I can let go of needing to control things and, needing to have a plan and a clear path ahead of me, and just instead just go inside and listen to your own instincts, I guess, your own reactions to the things that come up. You may find that a lot of those disappointments and disruptions are actually areas where you can kind of allow yourself to be led into a much better plan or a much better position than you may have been working towards. So that's typically what this guy means, for me anyway. And in terms of the protection rune, there's a dog barking. Again, just to make sure that, just to keep in mind that the only thing you really have control over, or even influence over in your life, is your own output, what you do, what you think, how you interpret situations, and that, especially during times of disruption where everything outside of you can tend to be chaotic and unpredictable, the only real safe place to stay during times like that is inside yourself, and just really get in touch with your own feelings and your own intuition, I guess. That's where your protection comes from, is, being responsible for your own output, and let go of the attachment to the outcome that precipitates. Anyway, that's what I would get from this if I were to get this reading. But yeah, I'd be interested to know if this has any bearing on anything that may be going on in your life, or if it gave you anything interesting to think about. And again, I'm sorry it took me a little while to get your reading done, but hopefully you enjoyed this. And yeah, have a good day. Talk to you all soon. Bye.